This year isn't about rushing onto the road, it's about preparation. Before any journey can begin, something else has to happen first. You have to face what's been left unfinished. This caravan has been standing still, not because we gave up, but because it carried too much history. Mistakes, delays, money lost, trust misplaced. So before fixing or upgrading anything, we made a decision. We had to clear the past properly. Every project reaches a point where you either walk away or you stop pretending and start again, and you do it honestly. For a long time, just opening the caravan felt heavy and depressing. Not physically, but just emotionally. It reminded us of everything that went wrong, and subconsciously, that weight kept us stuck. So, this episode isn't about progress you can measure, it's about resetting the foundation so progress becomes possible again. So, this is an old rug that we've always had somewhere in the house, and I thought it would look cute if it went to be the centerpiece of our caravan. These mats that you see were old mattresses that we had for the kids, and I just simply repurposed them, got waterproof fabric, covered them. That's what made the bench, and also outside seating cushion should be the outdoors. Well, that mirror is definitely not going to be in the caravan. And yeah, these are the dishes, lots and lots of dishes. You've got to travel with a cupcake maker, a toaster. My kids absolutely love toast. And if you notice, everything there is either plastic or stainless steel so that it doesn't break on the road. Cast iron pan, those little cute bowls to make salads, the purple dishes. Everything is so disjointed. Remember, these things were things that we got from sisters, from friends over the time, but they will work because the whole point is not to have a budget when doing something like this, or to try and cut your budget as much as you can by repurposing what you already have in the house. And this pot is one of my favorites. I got it from my sister some years ago. I've never ever used it. It will be used on the trip. The pointy pot will make lots and lots of stews, some bread, the way my grandmother used to make it. And the purple ones, I think, to store things like rice, mealie meal, and then you've got all sorts of a coffee maker. I love coffee. A coffee maker, bowls, plastic wine glasses, storage, all storage, animal plates, animal bowls. And we are doing it outside. I mean, we're going to be on the road, so there won't be any need. We'll be most probably cleaning our dishes like what we're doing right now outside. This process happened over 3 days, and this was day one. We took out everything, every tool, every box, every spoon, every plate, and nothing stayed inside. And as the caravan emptied, it felt like something else was emptying too. You don't realize how much emotional clutter builds up until you physically remove it. This wasn't about cleaning, it was about being deliberate. So we washed every plate, we washed every spoon, we washed every rug, every mat that was already in the caravan. Everything had to be cleaned so we could reset in our minds and also physically reset the caravan. So cleaning a caravan isn't like cleaning a house. We soon realized, and it's definitely not like cleaning a garage. Everything is super tight. Every corner is closed, every movement requires thinking ahead. You can't step back to see the whole space because there's no step back. When you bend down, you're already touching something else. When you turn around, you bump into a wall, a cupboard, a frame. There's no room for shortcuts. If you rush, you miss things. If you skip a spot, you feel it immediately. In a tiny space, everything shows. Dust doesn't hide, marks don't disappear, old stains feel louder somehow, like reminders that you can't ignore. Cleaning this caravan meant working slowly, section by section, sometimes on our knees, sometimes twisted sideways, just to reach certain areas. It was a physical thing, and it was also tiring. The kids could fit into most of these spaces more than I could. So they're the ones that did, most of the vacuuming. And you can't clean on autopilot. You're constantly adjusting, moving things around out of the way, putting them back, then moving them again. And at least in our case, we are taking everything out. So what would take minutes in a bigger space takes real effort in a caravan. But strangely, that difficulty made the process meaningful. Every wiped surface felt deliberate, every corner cleaned felt earned. It wasn't just about making the caravan look better, it was about reclaiming the space, reminding ourselves that this small place can still hold big dreams. Tiny spaces have a way of confronting you. There's no way to hide mess, there's no way to hide frustration either. But once it started to feel lighter, once the air felt different, we knew we were doing the right thing. Not fast, not easy, but honestly. And all this was happening while we were moving house. The packing, the sorting, trying to keep normal life going. It would have been easy to pause the caravan again, to say we'll come back later. But between boxes and exhaustion, we still showed up, even if it was just for an hour, even if progress was slow. And that consistency mattered more than speed, as we had to get this project going. We had to get back on our feet, and we had to start planning for the big trip that's coming up ahead. So put that extra on. And over there, you think I'm gonna take one. So that back there, that three. It's a bigger window than this one. Hmm? Put it back on. Once the cleaning was done, we knew something else was needed. Not a full makeover, not a before and after transformation, just a shift. Painting wasn't about making the caravan look new, it was about making it feel cared for again. That's why we focused only on the areas we use the most, the common spaces, the places you see and touch every day. We painted the floors, not to hide their age, but to give them a fresh base, a clean start under our feet. What had happened is when we initially painted it, we just used a wood preserver on the floor. We didn't make it shiny or anything like that. And as we started this paint job, I knew that it would be nice to have it all shiny, so that we're able to use water on it. We can put, vanish cleaners on it as well. So we touched up the kitchen cabinet, the place where meals are made, where mornings will start, where life will actually happen, even though it's in a tiny space. We painted the wardrobe door, not to modernize it, but to bring balance back into the space. Small changes, just intentional changes. We didn't paint the whole caravan on purpose. We didn't want it to look too done up, too perfect, too polished. This caravan isn't meant to feel like a showroom. It's meant to feel lived in, traveled in, used. Some marks stay, some textures stay, and some history stays. And because the rustic nature of this caravan is part of its story, and honestly, that's part of our story too. We decided to leave some of these areas um, not painted. Remember, it's a combination of pallet wood that we used, old beds that were also used in making this caravan. This wasn't done in a day. As I mentioned, it took us 3 days to be able to go through this. Um, yeah, so that was part of the process of just making it look cared for and loved once again. Straight up. Straight up.